Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Angie. I resonate with the Twin Flame Soulmate Collective. So for today's pick a card reading, we're going to be asking Spirit, what have they realized? So what has your person, your crush, realized about you and the connection overall? So I want to let you guys know that if you are new and returning, I want to thank you all for your purchasing of readings. For those of you who have reached out to me for twin flame checks, this is a service I've recently added back to my website because I was called to add this back. Because I feel right now for the collective, with a lot of people that I have been encountering, they have kind of been in situations where they believe somebody was their twin, and they kind of found out that no, this actually was not their twin. It was actually an ascension partner. So for those of you guys who are wanting to know whether or not the person on your mind is a counterpart of some sort, I do offer twin flame checks. I also have added back to my website Akashic readings as well as Akashic clearings, and I've recently added as well as regressionary therapy as well. So this kind of helps as well for those of you guys who are in a true twin flame soulmate connection. Also with helping with ascension and with realigning yourself in all different layers. So all different facets of self are going to be realigned with the service as well. So this is something that I actually had some support with building as I went through my own ascension, and then have been able to now provide this service as well on my website. So if you are interested, you guys can check out my website for details in terms of these services and whatnot that I do offer, as well as personal and private readings. So I thank you for those of you who have booked and have reached out to me for services. Much gratitude to you. All right, so 3 piles. We have Tiger's Eye with pile number 1. Pile number 2 is this Sodalite crystal. Ooh. And last but not least, we have Fluorite for pile number 3. So do your thing, pick your pile, and I'll see you wonderful people in your reading. Hey, my Tiger's Eye for pile number 1. I thank you very much for joining me in this reading. So if you are new to my YouTube channel, my name is Angie. I resonate with the Twin Flame Soulmate Collective, as I am a twin flame. So let us set this aside here for the energy of your reading, Tiger Eye, as well as we're going to save this card for the last part of the reading for advice of this situation. So we're going to be tapping into your person to see what have they realized about you and the connection. So I'm going to start by pulling some cards, and then I'll start talking about what they have realized. Okay, so this one was also left turnover, so I guess I'll take this one too. So let me try to move everything a bit further down so it's all can be in shot. Take one more card, please, spirits. Okay, so this is the card. All right, so what has your person or crush realized? Well, I feel like they have realized that they are currently in the energy of just going with the flow and taking things as they come with you, the connection, and everything in general in regards to their life. It feels like for a lot of you guys watching this, your person or crush may have been on the defense. So you might have been feeling like there has been some sort of distance between you guys, or they've been very much hot and cold towards you, and you're not really sure in terms of if it's a situation where your person is feeling you, or are they still interested, or what they want to do. So I do see here that your person is currently thinking about or contemplating on reaching out or concluding some sort of travel towards you in your direction. But I feel like it's something that's going to be divinely guided. So they're not really going to be able to just like kind of pop up today or tomorrow. It's more of something where I feel like it's going to take a little bit of some time. They might be in a situation though where they need to kind of stand their ground with a person. It could even be a job is what I'm feeling as well, where they need to set some sort of boundary with this individual. So I feel like this is also part of their soul contract that they may have with somebody else. And a part of that is learning how to speak your truth and how to stand up for what it is that you believe in. I also see here as well that your person does feel like every time that they come around you, there's a sense of luck, as well as I feel a sense of admiration for you as well. So they are realizing that they really do have feelings towards you, pile number one, but it's like they kind of are going to need some time in order to kind of figure out how they're going to best approach you and best approach other people as well in their life. Because I feel like in this reading there are other parties or other situations also involved with your person or crush. So this is where I feel like they kind of have to be able to work on themselves and feel confident enough to be able to set healthy boundaries with the people in their life. I feel though that they're kind of learning how to go with the flow and how to accept situations for what they are. They're also realizing as well that if they want things to kind of manifest for them, this is going to call for them to also take action. They may have to kind of go against the grain as well with this rebel here, based upon traditions or ideologies that they may have that might be also outdated as well. So for a lot of you guys, I feel like this connection kind of may define logical reason or explanation, but what your person is realizing is that you guys are actually a lot more compatible than what they had believed that you guys would have been. But I feel like you have kind of been very much steadfast where the situation is concerned, and you have kind of been wanting to hold the same vision or hold space for your person, even in their absence, or even in their flightiness, or even in their hot and cold type of energy as well. I feel that you are also gaining some sort of inner clarity and truth in regards to the situation as well. And I feel like your person is learning how to become vulnerable and how to express how they really feel. Because I think for your person, they have a lot of traditional beliefs and ideologies about love, relationships, connections, and how things are supposed to actually play out. But I do see here that your person does see you as some sort of good luck charm, or they feel like this connection can be something that provides a lot of safety, security, and a lot of blessings for the both of you guys as well. I do see here that this person, I feel like, realizes that they need to kind of go on this part of the journey or leg of the journey within themselves alone, because this is what's really going to help them shifting from becoming a boy into a man. So it's kind of like a situation where them finally being able to have courage and speak up is what's going to allow them to realize their greatness or realize their potential more. I also feel here as well that your person sees that there is great potential between you and them, and they do recognize that you are very good with communication, but I feel like this person sometimes feels a little bit immature when they compare themselves to you in terms of how you communicate and how you articulate yourself. I feel that you are someone as well that very much wears your heart on your sleeve, and that despite of everything that might have happened, so for example, you might have been someone that grew up with a lot of hardships or adversity, but you still always remain open in your heart center. So your heart has not been closed off to the idea of love, relationships, connections, or even just people and humanity in general. So they are realizing that you're someone who is definitely soul family, or you guys are definitely always going to be somewhat eternally connected in some way. For some of you guys, I'm hearing that you may have children with this person, or if you don't, this person has thought about creating some sort of legacy with you, I feel, also coming forward. I'm also hearing as well that this person admires your strength, and they admire your ability to still remain grounded in the vision of this connection despite of what may be happening on the outside. So you guys very much are what I could say tapped in, and you guys are people that are very good in terms of holding space for vision, holding space for possibilities in terms of what could exist. I feel like as well your person is coming forward to say that they appreciate you not necessarily pressuring them to make a decision or pressuring them to make a choice as well. They're also acknowledging that you are someone that has really been a source of motivation for them in wanting to kind of clear up their situation and get themselves sorted out, is what I feel here as well. Your person also wants to let you know that they feel like with you and them, they know that this connection is divinely protected and guided. So I feel like you guys also are people who very much pray to source, or pray to the Most High to kind of protect your person, protect yourself, kind of let things kind of go the way that it's meant to go. So your person is realizing that you guys are very much like a good luck charm for them, or you guys really help them in terms of being able to find their way in very much adversity or dark times, is what I feel. I feel like this person is now starting to get over some sort of situation that they were in part of that wasn't necessarily for their highest good. So for some of them, they could have some court situations going on as well, or it could be a situation where your person has children with someone else or a relationship with someone else, and so this person is feeling the courage and the strength to kind of wrap up that situation because of your love or because of the feelings that you have towards them. So they also want to step forward to say as well that they feel incredibly lucky to have met someone like you in this lifetime, because I feel for a long time this person felt very much alone, and they felt like nobody really resonated with them. They also felt like it was difficult for them to be able to find someone that truly would accept them despite of everything that they might have shown. So for a while, your person might have been kind of pretending like they weren't interested, or you know, that they didn't want to take this connection further, is what I feel here. And your person is also saying that despite of them being on the defense of this connection, you still wanted to still support them. You still wanted to be there for them. You still wanted to help them in their time of adversity and their time of need as well. So this person is saying that because of that, they know that you will always be blessed and you will always be supported by the divine because of your nature in willing to see people for who they are, or look past the veil of what this person might have represented on the outside. You know this person at their core, and they're saying that they've never experienced some sort of mirroring between you and them like this. Like they've never met anyone that could kind of look past the harshness or the defensiveness that this person sometimes exudes. And they're also stepping forward to say that they feel incredibly grateful to know that, you know, someone like you still exists. There are still good people left in this world. You know, people are still willing to wear their heart on their sleeve, be vulnerable, you know, be willing to try to let things work despite of what may happen. This person, I feel like, is going to need some time though, is what I'm feeling here. And they realize as well that this situation that they may be a part of, or this absence or whatever that's going on with them in their life at this moment, is going to take some time, I feel, before this person is fully able to commit to you, is what I'm picking up from this reading as well. So if you've been wondering, you know, when is my person going to commit to me, as an FYI, I feel like this person has to overcome some sort of adversity and really break out of some sort of paradox that they have put themselves in. So it could be a job that's kind of sucking out their time. It could be a past relationship that's also sucking out their time. It could be a situation where this person needs to find themselves, right? Discover who they really are. And so that's going to take some time as well. There's some sort of identity shift that needs to occur here for this person before they can fully show up for you the way that you want. So this feels like a situation for those of you guys watching as well, where you too, I feel like, will have to make a decision in regards to what you want to do with this connection. Do you kind of, you know, wait for your person, or kind of believe that this person is going to, you know, provide you with that commitment, or do you kind of release them and let them figure their situation out and then maybe on a later date you guys can reconcile. So that's something that you would only know intuitively to answer, but it feels very much like this person needs some time, but they do appreciate you holding the vision and acknowledging that, you know, things will happen, but it's just going to take some time before things can actually play out the way that it's meant to play out between you and them, if there is a possibility for you guys to work out with this connection. But this is a general, right? So you guys want a personal reading, you guys can check out my website for specific accuracy in your situation. So let us read the last piece of advice and we'll close out this reading. So I automatically, as soon as I turn this over, I heard tunnel vision. So I feel like this card is showing that there's some sort of guidance or some sort of insight that Spirit is waiting to give you in terms of downloads that you guys need to tap into in order to receive. So I feel like this is where if you guys are kind of waiting for this person or holding vision that this person will return or things will work out, I feel like you guys need to tap in with your higher self, your guides, your ancestors, because this is where you're going to get guidance in terms of knowing how to take this situation. You know, is it a stay or is it a go, or are you guys, you know, really counterparts, if that makes sense? You guys need to gain some sort of clarity and some sort of enlightenment. And I also saw the veil has been lifted. So I feel for you guys, this is going to be very eye-opening and very shocking as well. So there's something that's waiting to come online or be revealed about this connection, or your person might share something with you that then provides clarity about things as well, is what I feel here. So let us read card number 33. So this is master number 33. So let's see what master number 33 is about. So it says, a sacred grove is a symbolic place deep within the forest of your mind. Picture a long trail into the woods with a path of trees perfectly aligned. This space is created through vision or just an inner knowing that senses is presence. Deep within this space, far away from earthly world in which we live, is a feeling of deep peace and whole presence. It is in this space that the deepest guidance resides. It may invite you to connect with your spirit of nature, the spirit of a wise teacher or universal life force energy known by many names as divine. The sacred grove is a sanctuary space that is open and available to all who are seeking higher guidance. This is an important place to honor yourself and know your own insights and use it well. So the message with this card is, the sacred grove appears to all travelers who are ready and seeking. You may already know a place in nature that reflects these qualities, or you may choose to go there with the powerful ability of visualization. So this might be a situation where you guys, if you guys are spiritually capable of, you can actually remotely attend another place. So I can do this. So if anywhere I want to go in the world or anywhere in general, I can remotely visualize what's happening there and kind of like teleport myself there, if that makes sense. So some of you guys may benefit from doing that as well. It may help you with being able to tap into the answers that you need as well. So you may simply reflect on this image of the grove and allow what that is become to the place of your mind. This place has appeared as a safe haven to your request. Explore and receive higher guidance. It is a quietude of this space. Feel the answers arise to the questions you have. Notice the way you receive the information, whether it's through physical pictures, words in your mind, a physical sense of knowledge, or pure knowing. Rest aside the sacred grove when you need to connect to higher guidance or your higher self. Ask for answers and be open to receive them however they appear. This is a deep connection to your intuition and wisdom that you can trust in. Thank this space for offering itself to you. So the power statement with this card is, I am now open to my inner sanctuary for wisdom and messages. So this is all about tapping in and connecting with higher self in order to gain enlightenment on your situation. So that's what I have for you, pile number 1. If it resonates, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I'm sending you lots of love and light. And if you feel called, you guys can also book a personal and private reading in regards to your situation. And I, as always, am sending all of you lots of love and light. Take care. Hey, pile number 2. So this is if you chose. Oh no, this is pile number 3. Okay, so there might be messages in there for you, pile number 2 and pile number 3. That's why I picked up that deck. So this is if you chose Sodalite, pile number 3. I called you pile number 3. So pile number 2, this is going to be your reading. So for today's pick a card reading, Sodalite, I am going to be channeling some messages from your person in regards to what have they realized about you in this connection. So it feels very much, when I was actually shuffling the cards off camera, that your person is going through some sort of ascension at this time. So there's some sort of shift or turn in the tide in terms of your connection that might be coming forward at this time. I feel like your person is gearing up at the moment to take a leap of faith, but there's some sort of divine timing that is currently at play in regards to your love life, is what I feel from the cards. So I'll set the Sodalite crystal here, and I'll leave this card here as the last piece of advice for your reading, pile number 2. So let me lay out the cards and then I'll start talking. So you guys are the only thing that I'm going to be using this deck with. I was told to use this deck specifically with you guys. So you guys are special. Let's see why. So we have Dreaming of You. We have Soulmate. We have Betrayal. Wow, this is serious. I already feel the energy from this. This is actually quite serious. Not to laugh at anyone's problem, but it's kind of like, it's a shock to me. Like, this is serious. I already feel that, like, this is going to be a serious reading. All right, so let me get more cards and then I will start talking. Let me get one card, please. Something happened. Something really bad happened with your person or crush. Like, my stomach is feeling very tight. Alright, this is a card. Obsidian. So that's about protection. We have breathe. Yeah, exactly. This person needs to take it easy. It's serious, but it's not that serious. You know? Okay, so pile number 2, what has your person or crush realized? So I'm going to just try to move a little bit of some of these cards up a bit so that everything can kind of be a little bit more in frame. But what have they realized about you and the connection? So let me start off by saying that your person right now is kind of like going through some sort of ascension. And in this ascensionary process, what happened was they went through some sort of heartbreak or loss. So they could have lost some sort of job or work. It could even be a loss of identity of self. It could even have been a situation where they may have chosen some sort of partner. It could have been someone that they thought would have been more materially viable than yourself. They went into the direction of this person, and that led to some sort of ultimate betrayal. But in the end, I feel like this person is realizing that they not only betrayed you, but they betrayed themselves because they were disloyal to their heart. So they may have thought that that person that they were with was some sort of soulmate or a counterpart. But what they came to the realization was actually, no, you were the soulmate. You were the counterpart. You were always the person that they needed to be with. But it was kind of like they needed to go through that experience of losing you and also losing someone else in order to realize that they needed to figure things out. So you may have thought or believed that this person was no longer interested in you, but that's actually far from the truth. This person is very much still interested in you, pile number 2, and they are still very much dreaming of you and thinking very much about you at this time. So they want you to be patient and know that within a month's time, you may actually receive some sort of communication from them. But there's just been, it feels like there might have been some delays where you might have thought that, you know, you're going to hear from your person now and then you don't hear from them. But it feels very much like this person, by the days, is healing, is what I want to let you guys know. And they're also learning how to go with the flow. So I feel like they are waiting kind of like for the right time to come back into your direction. But there is some sort of course correction that's currently happening, right? Because we manifest from our thoughts and feelings. So I feel that this person before was very much resonating with karmic type of energy. And so this is why they attracted a lot of karmic people or karmic situations to them. So I feel like this is where your person had to go through this in order to realize the love that they really had for you. So I feel like this person that they were tied to, as an FYI or an aside, wants to also let you know that your person is currently in the process of releasing them, so that things can work out between you and your person, if that makes sense, or you and your crush. So things are resolving. You know, you might not feel like it is resolving, but it is resolving slowly. And I feel like this reach out from your person, or I'm hearing blast from the past, is going to give you some sort of liberation. It feels very much like I told you so. So maybe you guys had some sort of conversation, or you kind of felt intuitively like one day this person would come back and they would kind of realize, you know, the mistake that they may have made. And yes, this is going to provide you with that sense of liberation, because I feel like this person is going to tell you a lot about things that may have happened, or the reason why they may have made past decisions that they would have made. So this conversation, I feel, is going to provide you with a lot of clarity. So it's either going to allow you the ability to basically release this connection, release this person altogether, or you're going to make a decision in regards to growing some sort of new phase or new reality between you and them. So it feels very much as if this person is going to be coming with a lot of information about things. Some of it actually might trigger you. So as a FYI, as a warning, you guys might actually become triggered by the conversation that you may have with this person. And it kind of feels like, why are you coming in now? Like, after everything I've gone through, after everything that's happened, now you want to come back, now you want to talk to me, now you want to reach out. I feel you kind of feeling that sense of annoyance, like, why now? You know, why are you coming now? Like, I don't really have time for this. I have a lot going on right now, and I really just don't want to hear what you have to say. Like, it feels like that, but you'll be willing to listen to them. And I feel like in this situation, it might be the first time that this person finally gets what they have to say off their chest. So I feel for a lot of you guys watching this, you're going to be in the energy of just listening. Like, I feel like there is an energy of just needing to listen rather than to speak or say too much. Like, it's more of like a vibe where this person needs to kind of get this off their chest. You might say your 1-2 pieces about what happened here and how you felt betrayed by them as well. And you felt that they were no longer interested in you based upon their choice or decision to move into another direction. And so you felt like this person was being immature because they were not speaking their truth. They were not truly expressing how they felt. They weren't telling you, you know, their honest opinions about what was really going on with them. And so this is where I feel like this is going to be the first time that this person actually owns their mistakes or owns their decisions or choices that they have made. This person is letting you know that they're also dreaming heavily about you at this time. So you could be visiting them, you could be astrally projecting to them, I feel, and kind of giving them some sort of guidance from your higher self that's also been leading the path and the journey for this person as well. I feel that this person is under a lot of pressure, and I'm hearing for some of them, they're under some sort of psychic attack as well. Because usually when somebody is ascending, there's always this energy of the dark wanting to come and make this person regress, if that makes sense. It's like when you heal, you kind of take 2 steps forward, you might take 1 step back, then you take 3 steps forward, then you might go 1 step back. So it's kind of like giving that energy of this person needing to just go with the flow and kind of just work on being focused on the here and now, rather than putting pressure on themselves and thinking that they need to come back now. Because I feel like you may have changed your energy recently towards this connection. I feel like the viewers who are watching this, you may have moved into the energy of surrender in this connection, and that's why this person is feeling that final push to kind of take action, and they're feeling called to come back in this direction. So it feels very much like the roles have been flipped in this reading, where your person is more of the chaser now and you're more of the runner, where you're not really wanting to hear much from this person, or you're just feeling that sense of repel, like you don't want to really interact very much with them. You're focusing right now on yourself. You've kind of like stepped into more of like masculine, feminine energy, if that makes sense, where you're kind of focusing right now on your career, you're focusing on leveling up, you're focusing on your money, you're focusing on yourself, your self-worth, you know, you're just focusing on yourself, and you're kind of like, I don't really want this to hear from this person anymore. Like, I don't really care. Like, if they come, they come. They don't come, they don't come. Like, it feels like I'm so over it. Like, that's how the vibe feels in this reading. Like, I'm so over it. I don't really care. I'm not really interested in what they have to say anymore. Like, I'm just good. Like, I just want to do me regardless of whatever is what I feel here. So I feel like this person, if you are spiritually capable of this, you need to kind of put them in some sort of column pyramid of light, as well as you guys can shield them in a column of obsidian. That's going to help them as well, because this person is kind of going through a phase of cutting out a lot of negativity and grounding a lot of dense energy. So it feels like they may have just gone through some sort of breakup, a separation. It could even have been very messy where there were children involved or other things involved, financial imperatives as well. So this person is actually very vulnerable, is what I feel here as well. So they're vulnerably going to be coming to you in a vulnerable state, but they don't know what else to do, if that makes sense. Everything in their life feels like it has kind of fell by the wayside or crumbled, is what they've realized, because they made a wrong decision, and so now they're having some sort of course correction done by spirit. And so they're recognizing, right, that they're carrying around, or a lot of the things that they manifested in their life had started from their intentions. So I feel like even for you in this connection, they realize as well that in the beginning, they didn't have very good intentions towards you, the viewer. So they may have started off as being like a sneaky link, I'm hearing, or even like a situation where you guys were just hooking up or whatever. There was a, like, you know, it was just a fling. It felt very much like a fling, I feel. Or there was no real establishment of a connection between you and them, or you guys may have talked about it, but there was no boundary in this connection, is what it feels like as well. And so this is why I feel like this person is now recognizing that a lot of their reasons why they ended up in these toxic ass situations was because of how they were behaving, right? So their mind was off, their body was off, their emotions were off. Everything about this person I feel like was off. And so now they're being called to raise their consciousness and also to release a lot of this negative energy. So this is a situation where I feel like your person is now running to you, and the person that they may have left you for, or a situation that they may have like chosen over you, or you felt like they chose that situation over you, they're now running from that to try to come back towards you, and you're kind of like, I'm not really interested right now. So it's very interesting how the energy has completely changed in this dynamic here. So for a long time, I feel like you were probably obsessed about this person, obsessed about the connection, obsessed about, are they going to contact me, obsessed about, you know, what's going to happen next, how are things going to play out, what's going to go on with them, are they going to reach out? But now I feel like you've taken your power back, and you've kind of turned that towards focusing on some sort of creative endeavor, or just focusing on yourself in general. And so this is why I feel like this person is now willing to do the work, because they know, they feel that absence of your energy, if that makes sense. So it feels very cold. Like, that's why I was feeling that emptiness in my stomach. It feels very cold. Like you've pulled back your energy. You've pulled back your wantingness to participate in whatever third party, whatever situation is going on here. You no longer want to invest in it. And I feel like when this person comes to you, guys are going to be setting some sort of hard boundary with this person, and also speaking your truth is what is also coming forward as well. So I feel like this is going to really liberate you as well as this person, as everyone, I feel like, so Spirit is saying that everyone in this situation is going to be made clear of what really stands here. So it kind of feels like this is a turn in the hand of fate kind of intervening, and also a turn in the tide that is going to provide you guys with a lot of liberation towards, you know, this connection and what has since happened. You know, I feel like this is going to be a big wake-up call for your person too, because they need to recognize that even though time may have gone, because I feel like I'm noticing the calendar here as well. So this might have been a while since you last heard from this person, or you guys were last in communication, but they need to recognize that you're not the same person that they are going to be dealing with. So the type of crap or the bullshit that they used to play in the past can no longer fly in this connection, and they will now recognize that they cannot dick you around, they can't fool you, they cannot manipulate you, they cannot lie to you anymore. Like it's just not going to work. So that's where I feel like your person is also feeling nervous about it too, because they know that they can no longer play games with you, your heart, the connection, and everything else involved. They can no longer do this, and you are going to set this person straight to the point where they're going to recognize when they come around you, you mean business now. You're not joking with them anymore. The game is over. The game is over, if that makes sense. And if they can't get in line, I feel like a lot of you guys are just going to tell them, I'm releasing you, do your thing, and whatever, I'm gone. And that's going to be like crushing to this person as well, but they needed to learn that. So it says this, right? So I use past lessons to empower me today. So again, this person is using these past lessons to really help them tap into their knowledge and wisdom from experiences. And I feel like this is also you as well. So maybe before, this person used to come and be able to string that violin and give you that sad story, or you felt bad for them thinking that, you know, they're going to change or things are going to get better. And then you had some sort of ending by a betrayal. And then that's when you guys really learn how to stand in your power and how to speak your truth and how to set boundaries with everyone. Even if this is a soulmate or a counterpart, you guys have now learned how to set boundaries. So this is what I feel like is really going to be helpful in this situation, is by speaking truth and setting hard boundaries with this person. So they know that they cannot have their cake and eat it too. So if they want you, they have to wrap up whatever it is that is currently outstanding, so that they can come in your direction and be open and receptive to you and what this connection has to offer. So this is a card number 36, which is all about reflection. Hero pose. Embark on the journey to invite acceleration of your soul's path here on earth. So yes, you guys are going through some sort of acceleration. Exactly what I was feeling. There's some sort of enlightenment, acceleration that's currently happening for you, the viewers of pile number 2. All right, so let's read card number 36. So this reduces to 9, which is all about the self. So it says, embark on the journey to invite acceleration of your soul's path here on earth. Seated in the gesture of the hero with knees bent and hips on heels, we are invited to acknowledge that we have been on a hero's journey. This posture in yoga practice is one of stillness and reflection. When we are experiencing the journey, it is important to pause, sense, see, and become aware of where you have come from and where we are going. This is the connectedness to our unique ability as humans for visioning and insight. The third eye is a space of higher sensing, intuition, and reflective gaze. We can review our progress and process. If you have just begun the quest, or if you have entered the belly of the whale, give yourself the space to see the journey more clearly and with discernment. This reflection is informed by your psychic consciousness and the power of your mind. All journeys are taken for a reason. So the message here is, you are a soul who is awakening to the greater quest. The time is now to see yourself embarking or embracing yourself in a noble path. This is the true path of awakening, where we hear the call, take the challenge, face the demons, discard the idea of who we think we are, and come here to finish as our authentic selves. It is the path that all seekers are invited on, and it helps us to evolve more quickly. By choosing this card of reflection, you are asked to see where you are in this process. If you have been fearful of taking the first step, this card encourages you to do so now. If you have been fighting the demons, you are assured that you have been being supported of this endeavor. This journey calls for taking time of reflection as a way to process the experience. Try to do so without judgment. In each stage of this process, you will be given clues of your greater abilities, talents, and strengths. The hero lives in the archetypal consciousness, who equates from the third eye chakra. Follow your unique quest and watch for all doors open for you. So the power statement is, I take the challenge, embark on the quest, and journey forward. So for a lot of you guys watching this, I feel like you would benefit from watching my latest live, which was all about the door to ascension. So you guys are very much are part of my ascension squad, I guess, or the ascension squad at the moment, because I feel like the people who are part of the twin flame soulmate dynamic, the vibe is very much torn. You know, it's torn. So half of the collective, I feel like, if you are probably one of the people like myself who have been healing consistently over the last 6 to 7 or even 8 months. So for some of us on the journey, it's no slight to them. I feel like some people delayed their healing, and so now they're actually trying to do what we did about 6-7 months ago, which was closing out everything that no longer served in order to try and catch up with where we currently are right now. So for those of you who are interested in terms of developing, looking more into the third eye, as there are 7 layers in the third eye in terms of awakening to your consciousness and awakening to the possibilities that can exist for yourself. I would strongly encourage that you watch that live. I have timestamps in that live. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, just watch the parts where I talk about the third eye, the 7 layers of it, and how to increase or awaken your sense of enlightenment deeper. This is what I feel like you guys have to be in when this person comes to you. So they may come to you and tell you that they've changed, that they're willing to work on the connection, they were immature in the past, and they want to do better now, and they've really reflected upon it, and they want to resolve this beef between you and them. But I feel like you guys need to use your discernment where this person is concerned. So if it is that you feel that there's still some sort of third party, or this person is still shifty, then that's when you tell them, you know what, I'm going to drop this for now. And maybe we'll revisit this in 3 months when you've kind of sorted out your affairs and you've gotten your act together. Especially if this is your counterpart and you know for you internally within yourself that you are not completely finished with your healing, this person would not be finished either. So therefore, it's about being real with yourself and honest here in terms of understanding that it might not be a situation where you guys can, you know, come into union right now or really be in union in the physical 3D right now, but maybe you guys can just maintain a friendship while you and them sort out your affairs. That's what it feels like. It's like a friend situation where you guys will just be friends. You don't get too heavily involved in their situation. They don't get too heavily involved. Maybe once every few weeks, you guys might meet up and talk and have a conversation and kind of bounce ideas off of each other while they deal with their baggage and while you sort out yourself and continue to embark on your path to ascension and your own union and healing within self, is what I feel is going to resonate strongly with the people watching this reading. So that's what I have for you guys. If it resonates, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to book a personal and private reading, you guys can check out my website, angiesawakening.com. I will leave links to this in the description bar of this video. I also want to let you guys know as well that I am open for personal and private readings. And I want to thank you guys so much for watching this content, for subscribing, and also for liking my video as well. So I'm sending you lots of love and light, pile number 2. So there may be messages in pile number 3, but I haven't done that pile yet. So we're going to tap in right now and see if this is going to be one of those situations where it's a continuation of the next pile. But we'll see what happens. So if you feel called, check out pile number 3. And if not, then this is where we part ways. I want to thank you guys and love and light. Take care. Hey, my pile number 3. So this is if you chose this fluorite crystal, this is going to be your reading. So I want to let you guys know before I tap in that I feel like there's something about needing to go with the flow that's going to be a theme that's coming forward strongly for your reading. So we'll set this aside here, and we'll set this here as well for the last piece of advice for your reading. So if you guys are new here and returning, I welcome you. My name is Angie. I resonate with the Twin Flame Collective. So for those of you who are wondering about readings and services, you guys can feel free to check out my website. I will leave links to this down below in the description bar of this reading. So I'm also feeling like the people watching this pile have been feeling very triggered recently, is what I'm feeling. It's like a very strong triggering that's occurring or has occurred. So let me lay out the cards for your spread, and then I will start telling you what your person or crush may have realized about you. It down so everything can be in shot. So we have courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. So you guys need to get on your purpose already, is a message that's coming forward. We have jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So resistance. All right, let's see. I'm already getting heavy messages for this pile, but we'll see. Yep, felt like that. See, another one. Oh my gosh. All right. There's gonna be messages in pile number 3 for you and to you, if that makes sense. You guys are gonna get some insights about yourself and your person or crush, because I feel like you need to hear this. So leave it to Mama Bear Angie. I'll take care of you guys in this reading. Yeah, very much. You want me to read this one in reverse, how it came out? And also this one too in reverse. They want me to read it like that. It's the first time I've gotten that, to be honest, because normally I don't read it like that. But I'm only doing what I have been told to do. So let me, you want me to use tarot cards in this reading? Let's see. Yep. Feels like that, very much. All right, so what has your person or crush realized about you, pile number 3? Well, I'm going to be giving you messages about you and also about this person, because I feel like there is a double message that people who are watching this reading need to hear and kind of need to understand in terms of their situation. So what I feel here is that you guys are currently working on some root chakra stuff that has come up recently to the surface. I feel that you guys have probably gone through some major time moments with this person recently, and this really has left you feeling a little bit off balance. Like the energy here feels a little bit disjointed in terms of how you might be feeling towards this person at this time. So I feel like you guys are kind of needing to learn how to look at things from a different perspective, but I feel that your person or crush is also realizing this as well, that they may have been a little bit too rigid in terms of what their expectations may have been for you, the connection, and the situation between you and them. So I feel like you guys both need to gain clarity about where this connection stands and also look at things through a new perspective. So I feel that a lot of you guys have been really putting off manifesting some sort of new beginning or some sort of transformation for some time because you've been so heavily focused and entrenched on this person. So Spirit is saying that you guys need to kind of release this this energy of wanting to control or dictate the pace in which things kind of play out between you and them, or thinking, you know, do they know that I'm their counterpart, I'm hearing, or do they know that, you know, things may work out between us, or do they know? It's not about what they know. It matters about you moving forward in terms of the right direction for yourself. So I feel for a lot of you guys right now, you're kind of at a drift. Like with this boat here, you need to call your energy back to yourself. And this is why, as I said, it felt very much disjointed, because I think you've been focusing too much on this person that you have been kind of neglecting yourself. So I feel for a lot of you guys, this is where you might feel like your life right now is currently out of balance or out of harmony in some way, or something is missing. It feels very much like a void energy where you're trying to figure things out, but still much feeling like there's a sense of loss and regret about maybe time that you may have spent with this person, right? So for a lot of you guys, you may have been spending years, if not months, in the same cycle loop over and over again with this individual. So it feels very much like as if you guys need to recognize that you don't need to be seen by this person, you need to be seen by yourself. So I feel like this person, when you guys start doing the work, it feels like this is when this person, I feel like, will recognize you in terms of what you may have to offer them and the connection. But it feels very much like you guys need to give this person an opportunity to miss you. Like, I know, like, okay, so I'm Caribbean. So in the Caribbean, pretty much, they would have a saying that says, make him miss you. You know, so how you make someone miss you is by your absence. So when you're not investing as much, when you're not thinking so heavily about it, when you're not forcing the situation to work out, that's when this person will then learn how to appreciate what it is that they have. So this person needs time to realize and appreciate you, but because you're so much in their face, they don't have the ability to do that at this time. And I feel that this is going to be something that is a major change for you, because I feel like your major go-to, pile number 3, is kind of like, you know, the more I give, the more this person will recognize my feelings. The more I give, the more that this person will, you know, spend time with me. Or the more I give, the more this person will see my value or my worth. But these are expectations, I feel, that go back to your childhood or back to some sort of childhood adverse experiences that you may have had. And I feel like what this person is mirroring to you is the part of yourself that still needs to be healed in that respect. And I even feel for this person as well too. They're realizing that they need to work on themselves, because it's not that they don't care about you, pile number 3. It's more of this person needs time to heal, right? There needs to be a pause here. There needs to be a time of silence and deep reflection in terms of what you want to do with your life and what this person needs to do for themselves. I feel like it's kind of giving me a vibe of a little bit of some smothering, and I know that might be triggering as well to hear pile number 3, but I feel like this person feels smothered by this situation. So they're realizing that they need time out for themselves and they need time to heal. And during the separation, I feel like you guys need to spend time really finding creative ways to put out your expression of self. So for those of you guys who might have a YouTube channel or may feel called to create a YouTube channel or some sort of creative endeavor where you can express your experiences and show the world, right, you know, what you may have gone through in terms of relationships or connections or even with this person. I feel like you guys have a lot of gifts and talents as well to share with the world, but I feel like you guys are not holding space for your inner visions and your truths, right? So you guys need to develop your own self-knowledge of yourself. This is about becoming more self-aware, right? Emotionally intelligent is what I feel here needs to kind of happen. You need to develop your emotional intelligence. And so how we develop emotional intelligence is about putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and looking at things from a deeper perspective, right? This is about gaining clarity about yourself and gaining clarity about the direction of the way in which you may have allowed this person, it feels like, to run shot over you, you know, to really control you, to really give your power away to this person, it feels. I feel like this person may have even been giving their power away to someone else. So while you were pouring into this person, they may have been investing in another third party and taking all that love, all that admiration, all those feelings and giving that to someone else and showing up for them in that connection rather than showing up for you in this connection, pile number 3. So there's a lesson here that needs to be learned, I feel, and it's really going to allow you to really bring yourself back into balance. So what they're realizing right now is this person is realizing that they need to work on themselves. They need to focus on their own opinions about relationships, connections, how things are supposed to go. You know, what is masculine energy supposed to do, or what is feminine energy supposed to do, or how are they supposed to show up, or how are they supposed to be in connections is something that this person is realizing they need to look at. So I feel like this person is also realizing that their life is not in alignment with what they want. And I feel like this is because of some sort of involuntary type of transformation that's happening. So I feel like spirit is basically taking you out of this person's zone of awareness so that you can gain awareness on yourself and the person can do the same as well. So this very much feels like a vibe where you guys are meant to bring yourself back into balance during this time of separation. And if you haven't gone into separation with this person, just know that there is some sort of imminent breakup. And I know that might be triggering to hear, but there's some sort of imminent separation that is required so that you're able to gain the higher perspective. So if it hasn't happened, it will happen. So actually, pile number 1 was Tiger's Eye, but I'm not feeling like the message is there. But I feel like the stone here, Tiger's Eye, is really going to help you guys with also gaining clarity, because Tiger Eye also helps with seeing the bigger picture of situations as well. So you guys need to rise above, you know, looking at just the surface level of, you know, what is this person thinking, you know, what is this person, this is calling for you now to step into a higher level of thinking, to transcend, right? Transcend your thoughts, transcend your actions, transcend past the illusion, transcend past the veil. See things through the higher perspective in terms of how you can become a better person. So this is also what this person is realizing. They need to look at things more clearly. They need to see themselves in a different perspective. They need to see you in a different perspective. And how they can do that is by you taking your power back and focusing on yourself and focusing on your healing. For some of you guys, I feel like you might need the help of some sort of coach. So I also offer coaching if you're interested, as well as some sort of mentor, or I'm hearing a counselor might also be able to help you guys with this as well. Because what I feel is like there's a change that is here for you, but you guys have been resisting your own transformation. So I feel like you guys have to take time out and really go inwards and really spend some time really contemplating on, you know, what is the highest good for everybody involved in this situation, right? And I think this is where Spirit is going to be removing this person very soon so that you can gain the enlightenment. So we have here, so see, it's right here. It is easy for me to see beyond the obvious. So this is, again, gaining the higher perspective. What lesson am I meant to learn from this situation? How can I read between the lines, right? How can I realize that this person is only reflecting to me my parts of myself that are still not healed? So for those of you guys also watching this, I feel like the live that I did on Saturday, you guys might get some insight from that live. You don't have to watch all of it, but I feel like the parts where I talk about my own twin flame experience would resonate for these people watching this pile. Not saying that this is a twin flame soulmate dynamic. It very well could be because of the triggering I feel coming forward in this reading, or the needing to go inwards and gaining that deeper insight and wisdom and awareness. But you guys need to gain the higher perspective on your situation. I feel like you guys are kind of like, and this is probably why I maybe told pile number 2 to watch some of pile number 3. And I feel like this is kind of like resonating with you guys need to do the work. So you guys need to really focus on your own ascension at this time, is what I'm feeling. This person is realizing that they need to ascend, they need to grow, they need to evolve, they need to become better, is what they're realizing, and they need to change the way that they're seeing things or seeing themselves. They need to work on becoming the better version of self. And I feel like this is also what is going to help them with being able to really clear up a lot of things in their life that presently leave them dissatisfied here with this justice, right? So justice is the card of karma, right? So we reap what we sow, right? So everything that we do has a consequence, whether it be good, bad, indifferent, whatever. So if it is, let's say, for example, that I'm hearing very much for this reading that some of you guys might have another connection and still want to, you know, be with this person too. So you can't have your cake and eat it too. You got to just make a decision here. This is judgment. You know, judgment time. It's feeling very much like a decision needing to be made here in terms of if you guys should work on this or if you should go as well. So I feel like you guys need to also, and this is why it's important to take time out, because that's when you guys are really going to gain the clarity and the enlightenment on what you're not seeing. You're not seeing yourself clearly. And so because you're not seeing yourself clearly, and if this is your counterpart, they can't see you clearly because you're not healing, right? You're kind of resisting your own transformation. So a lot of you guys I know this is kind of triggering, and this was never my intention, right? But I am only the messenger, so do not shoot the messenger. So if you guys are really struggling with this, you know, check out that live. You might get some deep downloads from that, because I really went in and I talked about all the parts of an ascension partner, karmic, soulmate. I talked about union. I talked about that I'm not far from my own union, right? By me taking time to heal, do the work. So you guys might actually see that this is possible for you to actually come into union with self, right? Bring yourself back into balance, right? Because it didn't take me long to get to this point, you know. For a lot of people, they spend years kind of wasting their time thinking, you know, it's not possible, or holding on to what no longer serves them in fear of loss of everything. And they delay their own process, is what I've come to the realization. You know, you have to realize that it sucks, right? When you're not happy in your situation, who wants to be unhappy? We spend so much time unhappy. Why not be in union with yourself so you can be happy, you know? Why not? Why resist your transformation? It's for your highest good, you know? And I'm sorry, pile number 3, but you gotta get enlightened, man. You gotta really do the work, and you really gotta take time out now to heal, because this situation feels very much like it was a necessary breakup or was a necessary breakdown. And I'm hearing for some of you guys, this is going to also signify the breakdown of the ego, so that you're able to really return back to your innocence within self. You know, this person, I feel, was sent not to just piss you off or trigger you, but they were sent to help you heal. They were sent to teach you the higher perspective, or to look on the parts of self that you couldn't see, you know, to really get off this boat of kind of just drifting off to sea, and get back into yourself, you know, recognizing your unique nature within you, right, is what is the driving force. What is your strength, you know? Also returning back to that innocence, you know, returning back to your childhood self, you know, figuring out what it is that really brings you that sense of joy and happiness. Recognizing that change can be scary, but some changes are actually for the greatest good of everyone involved, including yourself. Recognizing your worth, knowing who you are and who you were sent here to be. You know, these are things that, you know, happen in these adverse situations. And it's easy for us to blame the other person and say, if only they would change. But no, people are only mirroring to us the parts of ourself that are still not healed, or the parts of ourself that we need to work on, or the parts of self that are in alignment, right? And so this is where, as I said, it's not about blaming the other person. It's about you taking ownership for the parts that you may have played in this situation. Seeing the higher perspective of everything that happened here. Taking time to heal. Not running into another connection. Not going and looking for someone else. Taking time to heal, you know, is really what's going to help you with gaining that wisdom and that deep introspection in terms of making that change. You know, this is for your greatest good, and for the greatest good of this person as well. Because for some of you guys, this is actually a karmic. And so you guys were meant to release that. And even if it is your person or a twin, they too can also be in karmic energy as well. And a part of that is also to trigger us in terms of stepping onto our path, stepping onto our mission work, stepping into our purpose, becoming enlightened. You know? So you guys would have to also know, and for some of you guys watching this as well, I feel like you might be holding on to this person thinking that you guys are twins, but you're not. So you may need to get that twin check. You might need to get that clarity. You might need to get those answers, because it feels very much like for half of you, this is your twin. For the other half, this is a karmic or an ascension partner. So you guys need to kind of use your discernment or reach out to me, because it sucks wasting time when you could actually manifest what you really want, which is to be with a soulmate or a twin or someone that is more in alignment with your highest good. But I feel like it's a situation where you guys really need to take time out and ask yourself, you know, where am I going in this situation? You know, what am I doing here? And how can I step onto my purpose? How can I become a better version of myself? And how can I be willing to accept the change that is coming for me? You know? Connect with your guides. Connect with your higher self. So let's get the last piece of advice, because my stomach is growling. I'm hungry. I need to get something to eat. It's past my breakfast time. So I'm sorry, pile number 3. I wish that it would have been different, but I am just a messenger, so I can only put out what I see here. The veil has been lifted in this situation big time. Look past the illusion. But I strongly encourage you guys to watch my live I did on Saturday, which is all about the Ascension partner. There's timestamps there. You guys can, you know, go in the description box, click the timestamps with the titles that resonate to you in your situation, and then you guys will be able to gain clarity about what you're not seeing here. So we have, so it says here, oh, Sky Messenger, freedom. Let go of restrictions and let yourself free. Let go, or when the light of the quarter moon and the vastness of the space above, the Sky Messenger sits dreamily in infinite open element. In this plane of expansion and quiet, a greater freedom unfolds. Life on Earth is complicated, and technology has made lives easier yet more restricted at the same time. No longer do we spend time daydreaming or merging into the open spaces of the sky. We are constantly being called to pay attention to our schedules, phones, calendars, and commitments. The throat as a physical space in the body is quite small, yet the potential for the throat chakra is expansive beyond our ability to perspective. In this expansion is the energy of freedom that we all desire. That freedom is the opening and letting go of all that binds us to the earth plane and dulls our inner light. So the message is, have you been craving more freedom in your life experience? This is a direct message to look around you and see where you have been confined or restricted by your own free will. You may be recognizing some things outside of doing, like the shift in cultural trends, family demands, or on your time of work pressures. There is always room to create more freedom by making decisions about what is serving you and what is not. That is the true power of opening of freedom. We may take our freedom for granted, thinking that it is always there, but never fully embracing it. Use the power of purging what you no longer need, but continuously agreeing to and move ahead. The throat center is the energy where we can go to get caught up back to black and white thinking. But creating space is not an all or nothing affair. Open to the element of space and move beyond this old and worn out way of being in your life. Finding this truth will set you free. And exactly, that's what I said. The truth will set you free. It's interesting I said that, and I don't read any of these cards. I just go with that. So the power statement with this card is, freedom is my true nature. So yeah, you guys need to get free, right? Free yourself. Mental clarity, mental truth, mind, body, and spirit. And see, I feel like you guys are having a lot of restrictions as well. So see, I have my supervisor calling me right now. So this exactly ties in with what I was saying, right? About needing to get time to get back to yourself. There's too many demands, too many things going on that is not necessarily for your highest good. So this is going to be a time of release, let go, and transcend is what I feel will resonate heavily for you guys at this time. So that's what I have for you guys. If it resonates, you guys can feel free to reach out to me for a personal and private reading. And as always, I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, and take care.